Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Retrograde Entropy. Yeah, so basically just another day. The desk is getting delivered today, so I've been doing a lot of work. Not a lot of work, but just a little bit more. I actually did this morning to sort of clean up the house. You notice over this side that there was a big table with some stuff you could just see in the bottom corner. That's gone now. So it's actually tables that sort of fold down, so folding tables I got two of them, and you can turn it into a massive big table for playing board games on, or you can just fold them up and then they're very easy to just stick in a corner somewhere. So I got all the crap off them, I folded them down. I needed to because the entrance is back there and they'll have to go around and then through this door, which is on this side, and when that big table was in the way, getting a desk through would have been a much bigger pain in the ass. So I put the table away because I want the deliverers to actually move it through to the bedroom for me, if they will. If they refuse to, then there's not much I can do. But if I can ask them to do it, then I will, and that would be really nice because it means that I don't have to move it anyway. So it'll make it a bit easier for them, and if I do have to move it, then it'll make it a bit easier for me. So I got rid of that, completely cleaned out the office this morning as well. So all of the extra stuff like the drawers, I didn't put them out in the garage because I think it's raining, but I just crapped everything in the third bedroom. So that's a mess now, but the office is pretty much cleaned out, and yeah, when they show up, which could be in 8 minutes, technically. They could be here really quickly. It is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it's like 8 to 8 at the moment, but I'm guessing they won't come here first thing. So I'll do this video and then I'll just do whatever for the rest of the day. Now, the good thing is, so I had a lot of fresh air on Sunday, despite the fact that I was cooking, and on Monday I felt pretty good. I had a bit more energy than I usually do. And despite the fact that I had no fresh air yesterday, because it was frigging 10 degrees outside or 13 degrees or something like that, so I didn't open any of the windows because I didn't want to freeze my balls off. And despite the fact that I still did quite a bit of computer stuff yesterday, actually. I still did a fair bit of reading, but a fair bit of computer stuff as well. I was playing a brand new game, casting that. So that was at least 4 hours on the computer, I reckon. Despite all that, I still feel like I've got that boost of energy. Maybe not quite as big as yesterday, but it's still there. It's still definitely there. So whatever I did on Sunday with all that fresh air has improved me yesterday, and I think it still improved me. So it might have been a permanent boost, which is great, because if one day of getting a lot of fresh air can boost my energy for a long time, maybe it's a good thing. I am feeling a little bit weird about the fresh air because I don't like having my method of getting better being reliant on the weather. I mean, if it's freezing, I can't really open the windows too much. I could go out for a walk, but you get sick a lot easier when you've got chronic fatigue than if you're just a normal person. So going out when it's 10 degrees, having a walk, even if I bundle myself up, there's still a chance that I might get crook or something. Some days I don't even wind down the window. I've gotten sick from having the window down in the car, just driving around because the wind's a bit chilly. That gets me sick, man. That's serious stuff, okay? So I'm not going to mess around with that. But it's almost halfway. It's like 8th of October, and when you're in the Southern Hemisphere, like I am, down in Australia, this is almost halfway through spring. So the cold days should be almost over, and hopefully it doesn't just skip to 30 plus Celsius. Hopefully there's a good long period of 20s, mid-20s, something like that, where I could just have the window open all day. And even in my office, if it's freezing cold, I'm still going to try having the curtains open and having the light come in. So I'll have natural light, but it won't be shining directly on my window. And I believe that will not give me light sensitivity problems. It shouldn't give me headaches, but the natural light coming in, hopefully it will help. I don't think it'll help as much as the fresh air, but like I said, if it's freezing, then that would still be better. I didn't really do that yesterday. I probably could have. I probably could still do it today, just have the southern windows open, but yeah, I might do that. I might do a bit of reading in the lounge room, have the southern windows open, see how it works. Yeah, and maybe it'll be good. Also had a bit of food problems. You remember, not this week, but last week I cooked up 4 meals with pork, deli meat. It's not good. It seems to get worse. There's too much, but it seems to get worse. Like reheating it in the microwave, it's just dry. It's just not that good to eat. So I already wrote it off because there was too much, but I just don't like that meal anymore. And I got one more. So I had one last night, and yesterday was also a bad day for food because I was pushing my food back because I was playing computer games and I was really into the computer games. So I pushed my breakfast back to like 10 a.m. and then I pushed my lunch back to like 3 or 4 p.m. And then at 6:30, I was like, I better eat some dinner. Otherwise, I'm going to be cooked tomorrow morning because I'll be too hungry. And the 6:30 meal was the pork, and I barely ate any of it because I just don't like it. And I woke up this morning and I was starving and a little bit crook, but usually I just go and I just snack my way through stuff to sort of get over it. But you still wake up and you still feel crook, so not good. So you got to experiment. You got to experiment with these things, and if they don't work out, then they don't work out. And it sucks that my meal schedule is a week long. I could change that. I could do, more often making meals. And I probably will do that this week because the last pork meal getting chucked out means that I've got meals all the way till Saturday night, but I don't have anything for Sunday morning, which sucks because I can't go out, do shopping, and then do cooking and cook a meal for Sunday morning. It's just not going to work. I'm going to be exhausted and starving by the time I get my first meal done. So I've got to have a meal ready, which means that there is going to be some takeout at some point. And it might be today because the last pork meal was actually, I put it in my fridge yesterday morning without realizing what it was. And so this morning, I've got 2 meals. I've got chicken skewers, which are fine, and the pork meal. So I'm going to eat the chicken skewers for breakfast, and then the pork meal I'm not going to eat, so I'll probably end up getting Uber Eats in the afternoon. Which is all right. Yeah, if it makes me a bit crook, I don't have anywhere to go tomorrow. Tomorrow is computer transition day, so that's fine. I think I can deal with it. But yeah, other than that, food's good. Energy is okay. I'm really getting worried about the fact that I'm focused on this fresh air thing. Like, I love it and it's great, and I think it's going to do a tremendous job once I get in the office of having that window open a lot, sitting in front of the computer. Because in my old house, before this one, I've been here for like 5 years, and then the previous one I was in 5 years in another suburb, that had an east-facing window. So in the morning, it was a nightmare. Like, there was sun shining in. I wasn't as bad with CFS back then, but I still did not like the sun. Like, I had to keep the blinds closed. So maybe I still did have some light sensitivity back then. And I just haven't noticed it. Well, that sucks because that means light sensitivity is not going to get better with CFS. No, I think it will still get better. But yeah, the sun was shining right in and I had to get the windows closed. So I guess direct sun has always been a problem. It's just indirect sun is starting to be a problem now. So anyway, but in the afternoon, I had the blinds open, I had the window open, and yeah, that was fantastic back in the day. So it's very exciting to be heading back. And this will be even better because it's a south-facing window. So I get the whole day is beautiful instead of east-facing, which is just like half the day is beautiful. So looking forward to that. And I've still got exercise plans, which I'm interested in doing maybe sooner rather than later. Because I feel like if I get a lot of fresh air in the next few days from the new office, that's going to give me a really big boost. And if I got a big boost, then that's probably a good time to start the exercising, to start getting on the exercise bike and doing stuff. Now, the problem with that is next week I also want to do a no computer day, and I can't really mix them in together because then the results will be a bit unscientific. And once I start exercising, it's going to be bumpy as far as my energy goes. I'm not sure if it's just going to be... Exercise is kind of like you do it and you keep doing it and you keep doing it. And I could delay it so I get the no computer day But I guess that's probably the best idea. I kind of have a little bit of anxiety of like, oh, I should start the exercise as soon as possible and make sure I get as far as possible. But I think it is important to still do the no computer day in a blank week after I've had a few days of, fresh air in the office and stuff like that. And to see how it goes, because I'm very, very interested in seeing what the effects are still. So I might push the exercise back later. So not next week, but the week after I'll start the exercise. And next week will just be a no computer week. Not a no computer week, but we'll have at least one day in there where it's just no computer. Don't do anything computer. Maybe 2 days. See how it goes. So I think that's still the case. A little bit stressed about pushing the exercise back, but I would really like to know, as a scientific experiment, having no computer all day, I would really be interested in the result. And I think that's something that is worth pushing the exercise back. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So today, going to get them, hopefully they will pull the desk in, because otherwise there's hallways. It's basically you do a U, and then it's the bedroom right next to the entryway, but you got to go all the way around the U to get to that bedroom. So that's going to suck. For me, if I have to move it. For them, well, they don't have chronic fatigue, presumably, so they should be all right. And hopefully I can assemble it myself as well, because it's going to be a beast. If I can get the desk upside down and then just put the legs on it, that'll be easy. But then I got to turn it around, which pulling it up and turning it around when the legs are already on it is not too hard. It'll be a pain. But if you bolt it in tightly, then you're not going to break the desk by doing that. The legs can stand enough pressure to do that sort of thing. The problem is going to be if that's not viable. If I have to do something like set the legs up and then put the top on top of the legs, because the legs are very thick. So put the tabletop on top of the legs and then screw it up while it's standing, because I don't think I could lift the desk onto the legs like that. But I'm pretty sure I can just do it upside down and then turn it over. But it's going to be heavy, but as long as I can lift something heavy for like 5 seconds, I can do it. It's prolonged lifting it. But if it all turns to shit, then I might call up some of my friends and ask them to come over and help. Hopefully it doesn't come to that though. Hopefully tomorrow morning it will be fully assembled and I'll be ready to start moving the computer over, which will be awesome. So anyway, I'm going to go eat my breakfast now. It's 8:03, so they could show up at any second, but it's raining outside, so I'm quite sure they don't want to show up at this point. They're probably sitting in the truck and they're probably like, yeah, actually, I don't know what the weather report is like. It might be raining all day. Hopefully that won't affect the packaging. I'm pretty sure it won't. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll still be on this desk, but hopefully the day after I will be on my new desk, and you can see all the exercise equipment in the background, and maybe some more natural light, because I got none at the moment. But this is good. It's good that it's raining, because that means I can open a lot of windows and I don't have to worry about light sensitivity problems, because there's no sun because it's raining. So that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I don't think I'll open any windows because it's probably cold as hell, but yeah, natural light. There will be a little bit of natural light even though it's raining. So that'll be enough for me. That'll be good. So anyway, I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. I will see you tomorrow.